Yo, yo people, welcome back to the channel. And yeah, today we've got Ghana versus Uruguay. Will it be revenge for Ghana or will it be Uruguay going through to the last 16? We've also got South Korea versus Portugal, which is, I think South Korea, I believe they are out, but I will just check. Uh, I'll just check to make sure what needs to happen. Oh no, they are not. If if they can beat Portugal and Ghana and Uruguay draw, they can win by 2 goals or more. South Korea and Ghana draw 0-0 or 1-1, and South Korea could go through. We may see another Asian team go through, but yeah, I'm going to uh, share my screen in on the lineups. Whoa, what today? What today? We'll start off with South Korea versus Portugal. South Korea, of course, they ranked 28th and Portugal 9th in the FIFA rankings. Yeah. So we've got Kim, Kim starting. No Kim. We got Koon, Kim, and Jinso Kim starting. Then we got Young Aingwan, Kang In Lee, Jae-sung Lee, Min San, and Cho. Cho, of course, he is the main scorer. He brought them all the success. Um, some changes in the Portugal lineup. Dogo Costa keeps his place. No, Diego Dalot comes in. João Gonçalo, Pepe. Who's that? No, Ruben Diaz, Ruben Neves, Mateus Nunes. No, Bruno Fernandes, Bettina, Rodrigo Horta, Cristiano Ronaldo, João Mario. Starts for Portugal. Interesting. They've not, but they are through, so I guess it doesn't matter really. Really. So yeah, but they face Ghana. Ghana lineup. At Lawrence Ati. I thought Ziggy Ziggy. Wait. Then Ziggy Ziggy starting. Answer. I'm sure Ziggy Ziggy is starting. Ghana. This is Uruguay. Of course, this is remembered for the big handball in 2010. Yeah, Ziggy Ziggy is in goal. Zaidu, Daniel Amate, Salisu, Roman, Thomas Partey, and then Salish Shamad, Mohamed Kudus, the man everybody's talking to, Andre Ayew, Jordan Ayew, Inaki Williams up top. Interesting day, Inaki Williams up top. Then we got Uruguay. Now, for this match, Ghana, they have scored 5 times. Uruguay have not scored a goal this whole tournament. Sergio Roquette, Mateus Oliveira, Sebastian Cotet, Jose Maria Gimenez, Varela, Palestri, Valverde, Bentancur, Dashra, and Darwin Nunes and Luis Suarez starting. They have decided to take out Cavani. Sticking with Nunes, how is that going to pay off? We have Peronis in the chat. We have Scott from Onto the Ball. I don't know which emoji is that, but it's going to be an interesting clash. Let me just check which emoji is that. Oh, Uruguay emoji. Uh, I know. Uh, what is uh what? I'm how how old? Now I'm 15 years. if it was to be in the UK, now basically we just have an extra year. So I'm year 9 in the UK. Watching Ghana vs Uruguay, yeah, same. Yeah, yes. So yeah, he's starting. But yeah, of course, Uruguay they will seek for the first goal in this tournament, and Ghana they will just seek for revenge. People saying that they aren't going out there for revenge, uh, chatting complete nonsense. There, how can't you go out for revenge after what happened? Um, so yeah, and then of course we got um, Port South Korea can qualify. I don't think. Why? Uh, so yeah, fair enough. So, um, yeah, South Korea they must just hope this game is a draw. Because if they can beat Portugal, Portugal have not put out a strong 11. So who knows? Who knows? Um, got a fresh from and shaved today. Ah, oh, nice, nice, nice. We have Wolf and we have yourself, Sven. Uh, uh, I I know Ghana knocked us out, but just for the vibes, Ghana going through. So basically, I wrote my last exam on Wednesday. So oh wait, I didn't know on Wednesday, and you guys know like the week before the school closes, what when you're done with exams and tests, that week before that, I'm just um going to I'm just staying at home. So yeah, fucking 3-2-1-0. Yeah, I'll get on to my predictions now. Uh, nah, we want the beard. We want the beard. Yeah, and now we got money. Yeah, of course. Yes, money.
Yep. Good to see you. Good to see you. So we're covering both Ghana, Uruguay, and Portugal, South Korea, are we?
Yeah, I'm watching Ghana, Uruguay.
Oh, me
Just,
too. So listen, do you want me
I
to
will
change
just keep,
it?
I will just keep an eye on the Portugal thing.
No, it's okay
And
because what I can do is, if you're going to watch Ghana, Uruguay, I can definitely take a look at South Korea and Portugal. All
yeah,
right. So
uh,
Diogo Dalot
uh,
has come into the team at left back, and
no right back. Cancelo's left back.
right back Cancelo is there. Yeah,
When I get
and
him, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Danilo is injured, and
We have to self cross. We have to self
okay, so
cross.
Portugal have already qualified. So
Yeah.
this is effectively going to be do or die for South Korea. And I'm going to take a look at the tables as well.
Now
I've got
Korea can qualify. If the Uruguay Ghana game is a draw and they beat Portugal, they go through.
oh, very
Uh,
nice.
so Uruguay 1-0, Luis Suarez win, and Portugal 2-0. Also, yo, man. Uh, so yeah, my predictions. I'm going 2-1 Uruguay. I think they will turn up, and I think they will score two. But I won't be surprised if
Mm.
Ghana win. And then I'm going 3-0 Portugal. So yeah, it's snow. Oh, yeah, it's snowing right there now. On as I love watching them. Yeah, it would be and just for the vibes. So yeah, I'll be back in a sec. Just getting something to drink.
Okay, well, they've just kicked off between Korea and Portugal right now. Korea, of course, are attacking from left to right in their distinctive all red kit. And of course, later on today, we will be covering Brazil and Cameroon and Serbia against Switzerland. Serbia, Switzerland, of course, will probably be the shootout to decide who qualifies along with Brazil. Now, Serbia and Switzerland have both lost one each, but Switzerland have a win while Serbia only have a draw. That sort of leaves Switzerland on a point, and Cameroon, of course, only have 1 point. So Switzerland can ill afford to lose, obviously, because that puts Serbia above them. And of course, Cameroon are going to try and get something from the game against Brazil, but it cannot really expected to be lambs to the slaughter. So I'm taking a look at the team news for you. And so for South Korea, they've got a 4-2-3-1 formation. Then they're now coming into the Portuguese half. They've started the attack very brightly with Heung-min Son going down the right, coming up against, Cancelo's already come all the way to the left. And that was a poor pass there from the Korean number 6, I think, Wang In-bom, who is, in fact, one of the two defensive midfielders, along with the number 5, Jung Woo-young. And as for the defense, it's left back is number 3, Kim Jin-soo, along with Kim Moon-hwan as the right back. Kwon Kyung-won and Kim Young-gwon are the centre backs. And along with Heung-min Son, it's Lee Jae-sung, the number 10, Cho Gui-sung, the number 9, and Lee Kang-in, the number 18, who will form the 3 midfielders and sole attacker. And as for Portugal, they're adopting a 4-3-3. It's actually Cancelo who's come onto the left-back position, so Dalot moves to the right. And Pepe and Antonio Silva, the centre-backs, along with... take a look and see the 3-man midfield. It is Matheus Nunes, Ruben Neves, and Vitinha, the number 16. And the 3-man striker lineup, strike force, comprises of Cristiano Ronaldo, the centre-forward, Ricardo Horta, number 21, and João Mario, the number 17. So with Portugal having already qualified, surprisingly, Santos has resisted the temptation to truly make any real wholesome changes, just giving a few people maybe their run-outs. So that means, once again, that Diogo Costa is in goal ahead of Rui Patricio. And looks as though Patricio's career with the Seleção de Portugal will now be at an end. Sergio Costa is in fact standing in for, I believe, his fellow Portuguese, Paulo Bento, who got sent off for protesting a little bit too much during the 3-2 defeat to Ghana. And it would have been really,
trapped over here with snow. Yeah.
Really interesting, of course, to see the Portuguese think tank come up against the might of their former country.
Let's go.
So how's the action against between Ghana and Uruguay?
Uruguay on the attack. Darwin Noodles fouled there, but the ref doesn't fall for it. Let's go. Gerald.
Yeah, no real foul there, as far as I can see.
Looked like. I think it looked like it got him in the face.
Very interesting to see the Brazil-Cameroon clash. Look out for Dani Alves, who will be captaining Brazil at the age of 39. Tite opting to make some wholesale changes, with Brazil having secured their qualification. Giving a few people their run out, we might see Edison Moraes coming in ahead of Alisson Becker for a start. And there's, of course, that infant sitting in the VIP box.
So yeah, and they're showing Ghana throwing here. What can they produce? Oh, and a co-found ball there by Jordan Ayew. I don't know if it really is.
Portugal are 1-0 up.
Oh,
Ricardo
already?
Horta. Yep, inside 5 minutes, it's Ricardo Horta with the Portuguese goal. Good work by Cristiano Ronaldo down the right and passing it inside the penalty area, and Ricardo Horta also making the run. And that's it. Put Portugal are 1-0 up. So South Korea's World Cup could be in danger. So you can see everyone was basically watching Ronaldo coming down the right. And nobody paid attention to the two Portuguese outfielders running into the penalty area. The offside, they were played onside, and the defense was nowhere to be seen. Ball watching, and the keeper has no chance. So Portugal are 1-0 up, and certainly looking like very strong candidates to go a long way, but we shall see what happens. Back to you, Hannah. Hannah?
So yeah, just Ghana have a throw-in. What can they do? Valverde, they also Bentancur, not Valverde. Valverde unproduced try game. So yeah, 5 minutes. What? Who scored the goal again?
Ricardo Horta. Hotrta. Horta.
1-0 South Korea.
1-0 Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal. So South Korea, for them to qualify, they need this game to be a draw, and they need they need to beat Portugal by 2 goals or more. Already my prediction.
Well, it's a
I
tough
think
ask for South Korea. I mean, obviously, we know that they are capable of scoring goals, but they're
yeah,
going to
me
have a
too.
tough time against this dogged Portuguese defense.
Uh,
I think you
uh,
can get an idea that I despise Uruguay with such a passion, which is why I've written, "Come on, Ghana."
Uruguay, they're getting dominated. Uruguay, they're not getting out of their own half. After getting destroyed by um, by Ghana. That's Ghana on breaking them down. That's a big thing. So, but Ghana for them, if I think they just need a draw, then they're through. But Uruguay on the attack, Pelestri. Oh, Pelestri ball into the middle of a board. Don't know why he passed that ball. Why? I don't know. He probably thought someone was going to make a run there. Nobody did, but
That pass was just pastry from Pelestri.
uh, um, what did I want to? Oh, the standing. Yeah, Ghana. If they draw, they go through. No, they
Well,
go
that
through.
would be revenge enough, I think. I
If they
just
draw.
wonder if that cheating scumbag Suarez will try and make another handball.
Uh,
Mystic Werewolf, Alfonso Davies going places. Qatar Airport, Toronto Airport, Calgary Airport, incredible. If only Fonzie had scored that penalty, it would have been happy days. Sunday,
the
Monday,
trade case is real.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, do 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 do. Sorry about that.
Nah, no one.
10 minutes in, still Portugal 1-0. And what's the score there?
No, no, so with Uruguay,
So,
they get more into
you
the game.
you obviously had a watch along for the two games, yes, in later on between Japan and Spain and Costa Rica and Germany. Would you say that from that group, the two teams that went through deserved to go through?
Um, yeah, I would say that definitely. Spain and Japan, they just Spain, they're interesting one Spain because I'll get later on it with my review and preview to round of 16 and review of the group stage. But they have been interesting, Spain, because though they have been dominant, they can still be caught at last. We saw versus Germany, they can be gotten at. It's not like they this invincible Spain which everybody fears. It's not like that. So and they were dominant versus Costa Rica, and Germany. They against Germany they were also like um, dominant. So yeah, you can say that. But Japan, we have to say they were lucky. They were lucky for that second goal. Let's be
I
honest.
completely agree. I completely
That
agree.
ball went up.
That is something which is not really discussed very enough. And in addition, when I watched them play Costa Rica, I did that watch along. I believe it was for your channel. They were absolutely appalling in the final third. They were winning a lot of the midfield duels and trying to get balls into the area, but they just didn't have anyone who could finish it. And it was only after they went behind through Costa Rica's first shot on target in the whole World Cup that they started to come back. And Daichi Kamada had a chance to score, but it was saved by Keylor Navas.
Yeah,
And so they actually had a bit of overconfidence then, and I believed that Spain would beat them and send them home. So for them to end
yeah.
up beating
But
Spain, it
but
was really a bit of a shock.
but you say that they were lucky, like with the goal, the ball went over the line. But Spain, they didn't really create any clear cut chances. Oh, Luis Suarez, Suarez, Suarez. He
Actually, that
loses the
wasn't
ball.
Suarez, that was Cavani who went into the penalty
Now
area.
Suarez starts ahead of Cavani. Cavani's not starting.
Oh, I mean, no, that was Darwin Nunes. My bad.
Mm.
Darwin Nunes. Yeah, the Liverpool forward.
Oh,
Yep. Nice header forward. More head tennis and the nice lead on. It was Suarez who actually, sort of, helped that on. But I think
no
Nunes
wonder. No wonder he
outrun
left the ball
himself.
behind. Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, back to my side of the story. So, Germany, it must be said, were quite atrocious in the end. Ironically, they had their chance to qualify if Spain could do their bit and beat Japan,
Yeah, yeah.
and or at least draw with Japan, and then Costa Rica, and then Germany would have had to annihilate Costa Rica. But at one point, there was a point where both Japan and Costa Rica would have gone through, and Spain and Germany would have both gone out. So I guess it goes to show, really, that on the balance of things, maybe Japan and Spain deserve to go through, but they certainly have a lot of weaknesses in their game. And there was a wonderful attempt there down the left, and I think an attempted cross-come shot, but saved by the goalkeeper, punched out. So Korea have a lot of work to do, and it'll remain to be seen if they can repeat their heroics against Ghana when they went to 2-0 down, but then brought it back to 2-all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
But
it's going to be interesting to see because I think Japan they can get a result for me against Croatia. But we have seen with Japan, it, they need that like uh, if they concede, let's say in the second half, they need to go behind before they start playing.
yes, I
Oh,
agree.
Ghana, Jordan Ayew, saved, spilled, Cruz penalty, no penalty. Is it? Sister. Oh, has he given it? No, he hasn't. So, could I think it was Kudus.
Well, it was
Let's see. Oh,
Iñaki
they
Williams
said
with
it
the
was
pass there.
offside. It was. Wait. It wasn't offside.
No, it wasn't offside because listen, I mean,
It
it
wasn't
was
offside. It was
yeah,
called for offside.
Andre
Jordan
Ayew
Ive
there.
didn't touch that. He
It
didn't
was
touch that.
yeah, it was Kudus was the one who was fouled, and Andre Ayew is the one who's captaining the team. So Sergio Roche there, the goalkeeper who's playing ahead of Fernando Muslera, was very lucky indeed.
Think they're maybe going to check it. Yeah, I think yeah they're going to check it. That should be a penalty. I think.
Come
Don't
on,
know if it,
Ghana. I
they
want to
still
see
need.
that smug smile wiped off. Well, the ball was in the back of the Portuguese net, but it's been disallowed for offside. And we're going to take a look at that. Another goalkeeper
They're
spillage, this
checking
time
the
by.
possible penalty. They're checking it because Jordan Ayew, who was offside, I think he was offside. He didn't touch the ball. That's a big thing. He didn't touch the ball, so yeah, he can just.
Yeah, it was actually parried by Costa, and it was Jinsu Kim who apparently was offside there, the
And it's
left
going
back.
to the VAR screen. It's Chelsea fan. I don't know. I've not seen like the action. I just know it's ruled out for offside. I don't know if the if it got the ball or the keeper. They're going to the screen now. Oh, but see, they're looking at the freeze frame. They're looking at the freeze frame. Come on, show us the action. Oh, you know what?
Yep, that should be a penalty for me
That should be a penalty.
because Kudus actually was smart enough to flick the ball up above Roche, and then Roche ended up coming down and basically catching Kudus's right foot. Looks like the referee might have made up his mind. We're going to see what the score is.
So what is? Yeah, it's going to call for.
Wait.
Wait.
Hold it.
Yeah, it's called for penalty. Luis Suarez in his face. They've given the
And it
penalty.
could very well be a booking for Roche.
Yeah. I'm going to go now. I have to go now. So yeah, see you all.
Okay. So we see the goalkeeper Roche right now, completely, trying to remonstrate with the referee, but to no avail. So once again, people, you're in my company, and Hannah should be coming back sometime soon. But thank you very much again for joining us on the Coach's Corner. Good to be with you all today. And Arsolado there, a part of the 2006 squad for Ghana, spared the heartbreak of 2010, but he also knows, as a Ghanaian, the intrigue of this clash. And now there's a lot of argy-bargy going on. The Uruguayans are completely apoplectic, and Darwin Núñez has rather stupidly got himself booked. So it's Andre Ayew, the Ghanaian captain, who will be stepping up to take this penalty. Marks his run up. It's Ayew against Roche. Coming up to 20 minutes. Will this be the first goal in this crunch match? Left-footed penalty. Just past 20 minutes now. Slight run up. And the keeper saves it. Well, everyone's mobbing Sergio Rocher right now, but the truth is that was an absolutely awful penalty. And you just wonder whether it's deja vu all over again. Well, I wonder just how demoralized the Ghanaians will be with that, because obviously they were hoping to take the lead. But I'm not too sure what Andre Ayew was thinking over there. That was quite simply an awful, awful penalty, and he knows that. It was on the ground, and Sergio Rocher guessed correctly. And certainly did more than enough to... what's going on here? Nothing very much going on. Certainly nothing related to the penalty. But Andre Ayew, of course, began his Ghanaian career in 2007 and actually was a part of the 2010 World Cup squad, along with the likes of Asamoah Gyan, Richard Kingston, and Sully Montari, and several others. And his half-brother, Ibrahim Abdulrahim Ayew, was a part of that squad too, but only played 7 times for Ghana and ended up moving on to the likes of Belgium, back to Ghana with Asante Kotoko, moving on to Gibraltar, and then still in Gibraltar with Bruno's Magpies. And very nearly a goal for Uruguay. Excellent work by Darwin Núñez to get to the penalty area, chipping it beyond Ati Ziggy, but brilliantly cleared off the line by the number 4, Mohamed Salisu. So obviously the Ghanaians have been shaken. Some poor defensive work over there by Daniel Amate, but Salisu making ground perfectly. Brilliant vision there from Núñez, continuing his fine form with Liverpool, expecting that to just sail right into the net. But Salisu says, not today, Darwin. And there's a lot of niggling going on over here, and clearly there's no love lost between both nations. And obviously, corner being taken. And Uruguay still attacking. And they've now sort of moved out to the periphery. So I'm going to give you some updates on the other game right now. And do we have any goals from there? No, we don't. It's still Portugal 1, Korea 0. That goal from Ricardo Horta within 5 minutes proving the difference so far. And we have already just gone beyond the halfway point in the first half. So Korea still have it all to do. But now back to Ghana against Uruguay. Now, Uruguay started this game playing a 4-4-2 formation with Suarez and Núñez, the strikers, along with the likes of Georgian de Araceta on the left wing and Facundo Palestri on the right wing. And then Sebastian Coates, Matthias Oliveira, Jose Jimenez, and of course Guillermo Varela in the defense. Bentancur and Valverde are the central midfielders. Ghana, in stark contrast, now have a 4-2-3-1. And quite a few changes have been made to this particular lineup in question. And it looks as though Kudus has now come into the equation there. And the VAR check has actually proved that was not offside. So the penalty was quite rightly awarded. But I think Andre Ayew will look back on that penalty and say, you know what? That was absolutely awful. Maybe Mohamed Kudus should have taken that. Yeah, simply didn't get any kind of connection on the ball at all. And you can see how much that means to the young goalkeeper and his teammates. Valverde, intercepted by Jordan Ayew. And they win it back. And it's now Palestri down the right, I believe. Finds its way to Suarez. And that was saved by Ziggy, but the number 10 ends up heading it in. Diarra. And it's Ghana 0, Uruguay 1. Right on the 26th minute. So I'm going to now change the banners for a bit. We're going to see some highlights of the goal right now. Obviously, Jordan Ayew trying his best to move forward, but he was double teamed. And some good work down the right wing, was able to find Suarez in the penalty area. Both defenders completely flummoxed. It sort of went under Ziggy, and Diarra was there to head in the loose ball. And so that penalty save will yet again prove very costly. There have been more than a few missed/saved penalties at this World Cup. I know that Wojciech Szczesny has saved 2, Guillermo Ochoa has saved 1, and that means a great deal to Uruguay, who can now possibly dream of qualifying alongside Portugal. But Ghana will certainly have some other ideas. And Ghana, of course, only need to draw this match to make sure they go through to the next stage at Uruguay's expense. And the Uruguayans are still coming. And is there going to be a penalty for Uruguay? No. Some desperate defending over there. And it is with Jordan Ayew now, who can try and move forward. But Valverde intercepts and ends up winning a throw. And also Addo, who saw his team very nearly go in front, only to see that penalty to be saved and now go behind, has a job on his hands. What does he do with the team? Clearly, the Ghanaians need to try and move forward with their play. And some decent play over here. Iñaki Williams very nearly had that, but Olivier is able to intercept that and send that away for a throw to Ghana. And the Uruguayan coach over there speaking to his players. Obviously, his team selections have done the trick so far, but Ghana can still come back. Seydou with the throw. Alidou Seydou, who's starting at right back today. That is Abdul Samad, who passes it to Seydou, hoping to find someone with that cross. And wasn't actually, lacking in any danger, but Rocher was able to get that quite comfortably. And of course, Portugal having already qualified. Interesting development over there, because instead of 9, it says 7. Do we have a goal? Yes, we do. Korea have equalized. And I'm going to find out about that goal right now. Well, apparently just seconds after Uruguay took the lead, South Korea have in fact equalized. So, could we see an interesting turn of results over here? Portugal, of course, playing in their chain strip of all white with the maroon and green stripe. And they're in the penalty area now. And that is saved brilliantly by the Korean goalkeeper. Kim over there with an important interception. It was Kim Young-won who scored that goal on the 27th minute, and I will make sure that I, get that taken care of. And Kim Sung-gyu over there thwarting Cristiano Ronaldo. Back to Ghana, Uruguay. And so Kim Young-won equalizing for Korea on the 27th minute. And the Uruguayans are in full voice, and the Ghanaians have been silenced. Still hopeful. Like I said, all they need is a draw, and they will almost certainly qualify in lieu of having scored far more goals than South Korea. That is, of course, unless South Korea can, create an absolute freakish shock. And Uruguay are 2-0 up. And it's that number 10 again, De Araceta, who scores right inside the 32nd minute. So at least I know who the goal scorer is. I will not need to change that. And the Ghanaians are in disarray. Well, they've obviously managed to make up the deficit from their loss to Portugal. And also, after the draw against South Korea, they now have a goal difference of exactly 0, and the Africans are in disarray. They need to come back. But again, it's poor defending. Poor defending that has let Uruguay through. A case of ball watching for the most part. Nobody finding the space all the time to watch De Araceta. And he meets that first time with a crisp volley that goes right under Lawrence Ati-Ziggy and straight into the goal. And 2-0. And it's all going haywire for Ghana now. But as for Uruguay, they are in 7th heaven. Well, how do Ghana respond? Now more than ever, they need to show their mettle. There's been a foul over there. Rodrigo Bentancur is down, injured. It's all happening out there, and we're bringing it to you as it happens. I mean, that goal can be replayed over and over again, and clearly Salisu and Amarte have not been at their best defensively. Well, it looks as though Bentancur's injury is so severe that he will have to come off. Certainly been an important part, but it now brings on Vecino, the number 5. Well, what does Andre Ayew do now? And pretty poor attempt there to set the number 13, Varela, on his way. And Ghana looking despondent. As I said, they only needed a draw to potentially secure their pathway through. I'm going to check the comments now because the comments have been coming in. Do please forgive me. Right, so first goal for Uruguay, South Korea. Yeah, thanks for the update, Chelsea fan. I've had to change that. Sorry I couldn't see the chat earlier. Keep hitting the like button, of course. 2-0 Uruguay. And, yep, Ghana in the mud. What can you do? 10 minutes to go plus stoppages. It's Uruguay 2, Ghana 0. And Otto Addo will have a lot of work to do with his boys. But there's still time. I think it's fair to say that with all the talk being about vengeance against Suarez, the rest of the team have been ignored. Once again, Luis Suarez finds a way to inspire Uruguay. Much to my personal chagrin, of course. Mohamed Kudus now down the middle and wins a corner. So maybe that's the type of inspiration that Ghana will need. Sort of whacked it right into Jimenez over there, who clearly felt it. Some good work in the midfield there. Mohamed Kudus making himself useful, and Jimenez getting in the way of that, and well, thankfully hit him only on the arm. So he's up and running back. Corner to be taken. And that's out for another corner. Suarez doing some defensive duty. Corner once again. Headed away by Suarez. And I think that misplaced pass over there from Abdulrahman Baba pretty much sums up Ghanaia's half so far. Addo looking on. Clearly not happy. And he's got a lot of motivating to do for his team. Once again, a Uruguay throw. Any update from the Portugal-South Korea match? Nope, still 1-1. But there was a chance here for Portugal, just went begging though. Jing-Soo Kim doing some good work over there at left back. Darwin Núñez now down the right for Uruguay. Turns the defender one way, but so good interception there from Abdul Samad, number 21. And trying to get away, but obviously some good work there from Valverde stops him. Actually, it wasn't good work because he's conceded a free kick. And clearly Suarez is angry at something. Hard to wonder what that is. Pass through. Quite get in. Party. Now finds its way to Amati. Seydu. Running down the right. Trying to get to the penalty area, but is thwarted. Abdul Samad with a cross, and Rocher claims that. The Ghanaian fans know that if Uruguay win, they actually leapfrog Ghana and could potentially go through if the score between South Korea and Portugal remains the same. But if South Korea end up winning, then by virtue of having scored more goals, I mean, I probably need to win 3-1 to go through by virtue of scoring more goals. But then, of course, yellow cards, fair play will come into it. Abdul Samad, Jordan Ayew, Mohamed Salisu, sending that through to Abdul Rahman Baba, passing it into the penalty area, but no one there. 4 minutes to go plus stoppages. And that is passed back to Alidou Seydou. Mohamed Kudus trying to get through, thwarted by Oliveira and the Araceta. A brilliant sliding tackle there from Seydou, and he is hurt, as is Suarez. Yep. It's all happening, and you can see the pain these players are going through. Well, clearly there's not a lot of niggling going on in the field, and Seydou has now been attended to. Should be up and he should be fine. Actually, he's going off the pitch at the moment. And fourth official waiting to bring Seydou back on. Vecino. Valverde. Vecino to Varela. Sends it through to... Well, play's been stopped. Upended there by Thomas Partey. And Darwin Núñez not really needing to collect that because the free kick has been awarded. So 1.5 minutes to go plus stoppages, and it's not looking good for Ghana at all. And, well, it looks as though one of T-Boy's predictions is in the mud because Korea have equalized. And a save there by the Korean goalkeeper from Horta. Korea obviously will want to try and score a few more to put some daylight between them and Uruguay. And the free kick came to naught in the end, and Suarez is not a happy chappy. Some good work there, nutmegging Iñaki Williams. But for some reason, things didn't quite go his way. I'm not really a big fan of Suarez, as you can tell, so anytime he gets to be completely angry is a real treat for me. Coming up to the end of normal time, we're going to find out how much stoppage time has been added. 2 minutes for Korea and Portugal, and 8 minutes for Ghana and Uruguay. So that's well kept in play by Seydou, but he's lost out on that. And it's now with Varela on the right. Crossing it there, but Ati Ziggy claims that. Still some time for either side to get a goal in this game and in this half. And if Ghana are able to get a goal right now, it will certainly give them some momentum to go into the second half. With a Portuguese corner right now to end the half. I think this probably will be the last conceivable attacking chance here. Taken by the Portuguese number 17, and that goes over everyone. But Ruben Neves plays it back in. And that should be cleared away fairly comfortably, and the referee should blow his whistle. Well, there should be half-time now between Portugal and South Korea, but there's still some football being played over here between Ghana and Uruguay. And Uruguay now, after those two goals, are literally running roughshod over Ghana right now. The Araseta trying to get into the penalty area, but finds a Ghanaian defender who stands in the way. Can Varela keep that in play? Well, he concedes the throw. Much preferable to a corner. Abdurrahman Baba takes that throw. Well, Ghana simply can't get any kind of joy at the moment, and Jordan Ayew ending up fouling Varela. Addo's going to have to completely, radically change the shape of his team because ever since that penalty, they've been completely, run roughshod. Wouldn't be surprised to see any halftime changes. Free kick in. Probably not the last attack of the half, but one of the last, I would say. And it is Jimenez there who rises above everyone, but can't really get the header on target. Sends it well over the bar. And once again, some poor defensive play. Very nearly lets Uruguay in, but once again, nothing really doing. And I think the defenders really have to take a look at themselves. Amate in particular has been found wanting. Wouldn't be surprised if he was brought off. Yeah, basically barging into Palestri there. And trying to signal to Ati Ziggy that that's your ball. And, well, I mean, you probably can't award a penalty for a barge, but 2 minutes left of the stoppages. And will there be a way back for Ghana? We don't know. And once again, it's the Araceta Nunez who have been really big threats this game. Passing among the defence, it's with Amate now. Party, who sends it forward. 1.5 minutes left of stoppage time, and that is headed out for a Ghanaian throw. So this probably will be the last attack of the half if Ghana can get it through. And Iñaki Williams obviously looking an interested party. We'll see. And it is Mohamed Kudus who gets that, but just can't find his teammate. He wins it back. There's a minute to go. Party. And while Ghana have been dominant in the first few minutes, they've obviously been rocked back on their heels by that awful penalty miss. And, you know, it's a question of deja vu all over again. 40 seconds to go. The referee won't blow his whistle yet, but a hopeful ball there, hoping to find Williams, but doesn't quite get to it. Brilliantly timed run, but the ball was just too far ahead of him. Goal kick, last few seconds of the half. That is stoppage time, which should end the half. Does the referee blow his whistle yet? Yes, he does. So, Ghana in all sorts of trouble. They had their opportunity to go ahead 1-0, but a missed penalty by Andre Ayew. Out of sweepstakes because of Andre Ayew. Feels like it were destiny. Sorry about that, Kenny Talks Footy. That tackle. Not sure if it would necessarily have been a red. And it would have had to have been a goal-scoring opportunity. Kudus was away from the goal. Should have been checked, maybe. Big up to you. And once again, everyone get Hanno to 270 subs. So, half time. And at this juncture, I will be taking leave of you for a bit, but I will be right back in a few minutes. See you all soon. Okay, so here I am, back in your company. My apologies for having to abscond like that, but I hope you can all understand. And anyone seen Kudos? Apparently, well, Kudos is, to his credit, done well. It's a defense of Ghana who have not really been up to scratch so far. So once again, confirmation of the halftime scores. It is Portugal 1, South Korea 1 at halftime, and Uruguay 2, Ghana 0. And how that works in Group H is that, the updated tables are pretty much as such. Portugal and Uruguay, as it stands, are going through. Ghana will be going out unless they can find a way to reduce those arrears of theirs and get the draw they need. And South Korea are down on 2 points, but if they can possibly score 2 more goals, they will, in fact, leapfrog Uruguay. Now, of course, Ghana did have a chance to potentially take top spot in the group if Portugal would lose today. But so far, things have not been going Ghana's way. And it will remain to be seen what sort of changes Otto Addo will make for the second half. He probably will have to take off one of his defenders. I believe Amate, in particular, has not been impressive, not been at the races at all. Salisu has done a little bit better. And basically, the defense has been doing nothing but ball watching for both those goals and for more. And of course, let's not also underestimate the impact of that missed penalty. As for South Korea and Portugal, well, Korea have certainly battled back admirably after going down. And tragically, I couldn't give you updates of the goal because about 60 seconds before that, Uruguay had taken the lead. And South Korea certainly look much better than they did against Ghana. But they will need to try and up the ante offensively and make sure they are defensively tighter. And of course, a reminder of the other games later on tonight. It will be Serbia against Switzerland and Cameroon against Brazil. Serbia and Switzerland, of course. Just hold on a minute, everyone. This is what I have to go through when I stream from here, work from here. I get interruptions for people bringing me something to drink. It's irritating, but what can you do? What can you do? Second half, of course, should be starting in a few minutes, and Obviously, Ghana's attempt to try and get something back will be key. I mean, in theory, Portugal should really have no problems securing top spot given their superior goal difference of 3. But you just can never tell. You simply can't. Uruguay seem to have found form at the right time. And well, the Ghanaian players are in the tunnel. 45 minutes left of their World Cup journey, of course. There are some substitutes warming up, but rather worryingly, Otto Addo doesn't seem to have made any changes as of yet, or maybe he will be making those changes very soon. Williams, Baba, Salisu, Marty, Party, and Party's wearing the captain's armband, so it looks as though Andre Ayew has been taken off. Yep, it has been confirmed that 2 substitutions have been made, but surprisingly, instead of bringing off Daniel Amate, he's opted to take off Jordan Ayew and Alidou Seydou. And he will be bringing on, just take a look over here, Osman Bukhari, the number 11, and Kamaldeen Sulemana, the number 22. And Uruguay coming onto the field right now. No changes made for them. No changes necessary as such. And of course, they are sitting pretty, knowing that if there's no change in this scoreline, in all likelihood, they will be through to the second round. But the changes are being confirmed. It will be... Actually, it's both the Ayew brothers who have gone off, Andre and Jordan, and Osman Bukhari and Kamaldeen Sulemana are both on. So probably a harsh decision, but a decision that has to be taken. Andre and Jordan obviously not been able to get in the game, but the defense in particular has not really been that good either. And I will also... Well, they've kicked off very early between Korea and Portugal. They're still 1-1, so we're going to focus on this game now as Ghana have just kicked off and they will be attacking from right to left. And it's Kudus now who tries to win the ball, but Vecino concedes the throw-in. And... Ghana have 45 minutes left to save their World Cup campaign. 2 goals should be enough in theory. Trying to pass it forward. Salisu to Abdul Rahman Baba down the left. And it's in the penalty area. And that could very well have been the start that Ghana wanted. But that shot goes wide and Rocher is down, clutching his, what looks to be his leg. Well, the cross there from the left, Kudus laying it off. And is there a claim of an offside, perhaps? Well, maybe if Kudus had gotten to the ball and managed to steer it in, he would have been offside, but still. It's a chance, and it's a chance gone begging, and Ghana know that they were so close to getting one back and possibly making a game of this. And you see the disconsolate figures of both the IU brothers there. They know that they haven't really been at their best today. Confirmation of Uruguay's lineup, no changes, but Ghana have the ball back. And they started the first half dominating every play, but ended up losing out badly after that missed penalty. The one substitution, Vecino, in the last 10 minutes of the first half. Iñaki Williams. Trying to send it through. Sulemana. Lost out. And now Uruguay can start to attack. And it is Darwin Núñez down the right, who is too fast for Daniel Amate once again. But because that cross was because it was a little bit too far, taken away from the penalty area. But Suarez puts it back in. Lucino. Varela. Passes it back to Jimenez. Actually, that wasn't Varela. Varela has now got the ball on the right. Jimenez back to his goalkeeper, Roche. And Seydu doing well to win that back. Amate. Partey. And that is with Abdul Samad. Passed back to Partey. Passed forward to Iñaki Williams, I think. Yep. And Palestri is able to head that away, but it is a Ghana throw. And so Bukhari and Suleimana are adding a little bit of that freshness that both teams will need. Let me just change the banners. Off. Let me see if there's any real update on the Korea-Portugal game. Still 1-1. No real change as such, but the Koreans are still going to try and attack. Could very well be that Uruguay play Brazil. Hopefully that won't happen, but we will see. And the Uruguayan supporters in full voice, they know they're only 40 minutes away from qualifying for a potential second-round clash with Brazil. And they're coming forward in droves, but Seydu cuts off the danger again. Partey to Seydu. Free kick to Ghana. Each side taking an average of 14 seconds to recover the ball. Abdul Samad. Thomas Partey. Seydu. Bukhari. trying to make something happen, but not able to do so. And the Uruguayans at the moment are toying with the Ghanaians, which is a rather discomforting sight to see. And Abdulrahman Baba finds his way back to Salisu. Amate. Party. Saidu. Abdul Samad. Salisu. And it is Abdul Samad who will continue to run and pass that forward. Headed high in the air. And Uruguay should be able to clear that fairly easily. And a handball there. Free kick to Uruguay. Discomforting sight if you're a Ghanaian fan. And still no added goals in the second half of South Korea and Portugal. Well, again, this is really a discomforting sight if you're a Ghanaian fan. Hope was that Ghana would get the draw they needed, but I think they pretty much got overawed by the sense of occasion, and they've been taken apart by this vastly experienced Uruguayan team. And now it's another free kick, and Suarez on the floor. Well, Salisu, they're really getting into a tangle with him and fouling him. And Suarez once again completely animated. Rather ironic in a way that Suarez is captain against Ghana. Maybe that was a little bit of a tactic to punk them out. So it's Valverde and the Araceta who are standing over this free kick. Should probably be floated into the penalty area with the hope of landing it on Darwin Núñez's head. It's Valverde who takes this, chips it into the penalty area. It does find a Ghanaian attacker, but the header is tame and it's easily cleared. And offside anyway. So any attempted goal would have been cut short. Any goal scored would have been disallowed. Abdul Samad, Daniel Amate, Alidu Saidu, Party, back to Amate, back to Abdul Samad, who's now come back to the defense. Mohamed Salisu now chips it forward, finds Suleimana in the penalty area, and gets into a bit of a tangle with the goalkeeper there, and it's eventually cleared. Timed the run magnificently, so was onside, and no penalty because the goalkeeper did in fact get the ball. And almost looked as though he had spilt it, really. Ghanaian throw. Abdul Samad, who's got Palestri snapping at his heels. Party sold short there. And it is with Suarez, who's now in the penalty area on his own. And no penalty, says the referee. And Suarez, it's actually Nunes who's on the floor. Nunes was the one who actually went and got on the end of that, not Suarez, my bad. Do please pardon me, I'm a little bit off my game today, but that's what it is. Any updates from Korea, Portugal? Coming up to 64 minutes gone, 26 minutes left past stoppages. I think it's fair to say that maybe Portugal's quite happy to play for a draw, and there doesn't seem to be too much urgency from Korea to try and get a win. Well, they're actually running over to VAR to check for a possible penalty. And it could very well be that Uruguay will have a chance to score. And it's Amate, really, who ends up bringing down. Well, the question is, did he get the ball from that angle? Hard to see because Suarez is covering it. Looks as though Amate didn't get the ball at all, and maybe he should have been brought off because his defending, in my book, was rather atrocious. And so if Uruguay are awarded this penalty coming up to the hour and they score this penalty, it will almost certainly be curtains for Ghana. Well, the referee has seen enough, and he says no penalty. No penalty because Amate apparently got the ball. Well, that's a big relief because it now means that with about half an hour left, Ghana still have some hope. But Ghana needs to start getting a move on. Just taking a look over here, the disallowed penalty. Well, that's a bit of a surprise because it is rather hard to see that. I mean, it's pretty clear to see from my angle, at least, that Amate didn't get the ball. If he had gotten the ball, then maybe that would have saved him. But I guess the angles weren't really conclusive enough for the referee. And so Ghana survive. Can they make the most of it? Well, Ghana do earn a free kick, and it's a booking for Valverde. And Suarez is clearly, mouthing off at the referee. Well, there can be no complaints about that foul, really, from Valverde. Sort of coming back into Partey, and it's Suarez who's been given a booking, so he's going to have to be careful. He mouths off one time too many, he could be gone. Down the right. Kudus. Abdul Samad. Sulemana down the left. Finds Abdul Samad. Oh, and it goes straight to the referee. And it will, of course, be a dropped ball. Advantage played in a way. To Rahman back to Abdul Samad, to Suleiman, now down the left, the substitute. And that should be a Ghanaian throw. Well, apparently it's been given in Uruguay's favor. Oh, man. All right. Kamaldeen Suleimana, they're running quite well. About 28 minutes left, and Ghana needs some inspiration. Where will they get it from? Addo needs to be smart and make a few more substitutions here. He knows the Ghana's World Cup dream is slipping away from them, and he cannot afford to see them lose this game. Abdul Samad, Abdul Rahman Baba, Suleimana, Abdul Samad, Salisu to Suleimana. Very powerful cross, which, beat everyone except... it beat everyone, and Bukhari couldn't get on the end of that. But sort of a powerfully whipped... wasn't even a whip cross. It was sort of a cross shot in a way. Certainly had power on that, and neither Kudus nor Bukhari can get on the end of that. And the goalkeeper was stranded, actually, so... Another chance gone begging. And let's take a look and see if there are any changes to the South Korean score. Of course, there are about 20 minutes to go in that match. 20 minutes plus substitutions. And I think there might have been a claim for a penalty, but the referee says nothing doing. And one shot there from Palestri. Apparently, a lot of us were thinking that had gone into the net, but he shot that wide, and that went into the side netting. So excellent work there down the left. Once again, the defense at 6s and 7s. A powerful shot which had Ati Ziggy beaten. But fortunately for Ghana, that went wide and hit the backboard and hit the side netting. And Uruguay making a double substitution. Luis Suarez comes off to an ovation from the Uruguayan support. And he gives the captain's armband to Edson Cavani, the number 21, who replaces him. And Palestri will be coming off as well. He will be replaced by the number 7, Nicolas de la Cruz. So 24 minutes now plus stoppages. What can Ghana do? Abdulrahman Baba to Suleimana, who's looked quite lively since coming on as a sub. Thomas Partey. Abdul Samad. Salisu. And Abdulrahman wins the throw. He might not have scored, but he certainly played a big role in his side taking the lead today and possibly going on to win. Free kick to Uruguay, and you can see the frustration boiling over. Alto Addo imploring his men to just keep your composure. "16 minutes left in this match between Korea and Portugal. And the Korean fans willing the team on. There was a free kick taken, in fact. And that never really was going to cause Diogo Costa any kind of harm. Party now. Abdurrahman Baba to Suleimana. And that will be a Ghanaian throw. And it's a clever throw, which actually finds Suleiman in the penalty area. And he's able to win a corner for Ghana. Taken left-footed by Baba. And causing some trouble over there, but sort of came off Thomas Partey's foot and went straight to the goalkeeper, Roche. Just couldn't control it. Standing Ghanaian captain. And the attack broken up there by Salisu. Uruguay down the left. Cleared away. And a shot in anger there, which was saved by Ati Ziggy. I believe it was the substitute Dela Cruz who tried his luck. Actually, it was Valverde who tried his luck there. Sort of a shot really in anger. And came at such speed. Ati Ziggy was caught in two minds there. Unsighted as well by his defender. And that shot doesn't trouble Ati Ziggy at all. It goes over the bar. Coming up to 20 minutes left now, plus stoppages. It's now or never for the Black Stars. It's Abdul Samad who tries to take it forward. Kudus there with some footwork. And Ghana managed to win it. And it is with Kudus now. Gets through midfielder and tries a shot on his own. Never going to trouble the goalkeeper, and that will be a goal kick. Let me check the other match. Still 1-1. Just taking a look at the updates from BBC, it looks as though the reason why that penalty was disallowed against Amate was because Nunes had in fact handled it as he brought it under control. Last rolls of the dice for Addo. Iñaki Williams has had a disappointing game, and he will be coming off for the number 25, Antoine Semenyo. And it will be the number 8, Daniel Kofi Kiere, who will be coming on for Abdul Samad. Okay. Now, what can Ghana do? Abdul Rahman Baba to Kiere, one of the substitutes. It's with Kiere now, who can try and pass it. Yep. Is able to effectively ward off the challenge. Salisu. And that is intercepted by Jimenez. And Uruguay win it back and can try and attack now. Ghana substitutes so far. Bukhari and Sulemana started off well, but have since started to fade a little bit. And so it looks as though Addo might be resigned to his fate. De La Cruz. Trying to find Nunez, but doesn't. And that was Cavani, of course, who's right up there. Still, one person who believes, waving the Ghanaian flag. Oliveira to obviously Semenyo was sent on his way, but that's been sent out for a throw-in. Sort of petering out now, really. Coming up to 15 minutes left, plus stoppages. Ghana still have no sign of finding any kind of inspiration, and now it's Uruguay who could end up turning the screw, although they end up not quite doing that yet. It's with Carey now. Party. Amati. And Amati gets it to Abdul Rahman Baba, who passes it forward to Daniel Kiere. Sulemana down the left and wins the corner. Is there some hope? Whipped in. And that's not really very well cleared, and Ghana can try and make something out of it. But Hamate, who came all the way up there, sort of lost it completely, and now has to sprint all the way back to perform some defensive duties. Darwin Nunez down the left. Nunez against Seydu, and it'll be a goal kick. Well, Morocco have certainly been flying the flag for Africa. Ghana had their chance to continue that impact this tournament, but haven't been successful so far. And that's found its way on the all the way to Bukhari, I think, to Partey, and that was a very lazy pass there. And Uruguay can break through De Araceta, Cavani. And catching the keeper off his line, but that was going over Ziggy's head and going over the goal. Valverde, they're thinking he could be clever. 13 minutes plus stoppages. Salisu. Kerry. Amati. Saidu. Amati. Salisu. And a good through pass there, which finds Kudus. And that was a poor pass from Kudus, but fortunately it's found its way back to Saidu, who can send it into the penalty area. That is cleared. And is there anyone on the end of that? Yes, there is. Abdul Rahman Baba. Suleimana. Tries to wind his way in. And some good work there from Suleimana, taking it past the defenders. Hoping to find Bukhari there, but Oliveira beats him to it and clears that away. Only as far as Amate, though, who chests it and passes it across the field to Suleimana. Kere. Abdul Rahman Baba. And it's Semenyo in the penalty area, and he screwed that wide with his left foot. And you just know that that is one chance that has just slipped away. You could say that he was put under some pressure from the defender there, but whipping that wide, Rocher pretty much was comfortable enough to let that go wide, and Semenyo knows that he very nearly had it. So, coming up to 10 minutes left, plus stoppages. And it's the Uruguayan substitution. Darwin Núñez and Diarra Seta come off. And they will be replaced, of course, by Agustin Canobio, the number 24, and Maximiliano Gomez, the number 18. Oh, man. Abdurrahman Baba keeps that in play. Obviously, the substitute was trying to get in. Pass back to Ati Ziggy, who could have been under pressure, but deals with that well. Semenyo to Kere. Finds Saidu on the right. That is charged down, and that should be cleared away fairly easily, but no, De Cruz loses it. And, well, it looks as though it could be a corner because it might have stung the fingers of Rocher, but Ghana getting close. And it's taken them long enough, but finally Kudus is in the game. Shot there from Kudus. Yep, and that really wasn't far away. That was a very important save there because it just pushed it just wide of the post. Kere with the corner. And that is headed away. That should be a Ghanaian throw, and it is. Just a replay of that save. That was quite important. Getting his right fingertips to that and pushing that just wide. Weaker fingertips would have just pushed that inside the post and in. High throw in into the area. Headed on. Sulemana, brilliant skills there. Finds Kudus inside the penalty area. Sort of double teamed, really, but the substitute for Uruguay is able to clear that. That will be a Ghanaian throw. Kudus to Kere. Back to Kieré. We'll try and send that in, but Rocher has that covered. I know the frustration. Probably saying you should be 3-0 up. And it's still 1-1 between Portugal and Korea from the looks of things. Uruguay really needs to just hold on for these 7 minutes. Stoppages, of course. And they're through. Well, Uruguay just content to pass it around. And I think the match between Portugal and Korea has almost ended. We're going to see how much stoppage time has been added. Yeah, good timing. We're just coming up to the end of normal time, and there'll be 6 minutes of added time. A Portuguese corner now. We're going to see what comes of this. And Korea, of course, can come away. Portuguese defender running back quickly, snapping at his heels. And it's a Korean goal! And Korea are 2-1 up. Well, this development could potentially change everything, because it now means that you can see how much it means to Paulo Bento. If he could beat his former nation, that would be a real treat. Let me just change the banners here. South Korea 2, Portugal 1. Excellent work from the counter-attack. And Bento is urging his boys to get back. Obviously, he can't actually coach from the sidelines, but having managed Portugal before being sacked all those years ago certainly means a great deal to him. And the Koreans can dream. The Koreans can dream. The corner basically coming to naught. And it's some brilliant work there down the right. And sprung the offside trap beautifully. Heung-min Song, the inspiration. And that was expertly finished. We're going to find out who the goal scorer is. Well, I think can't really see the Korea player's shirt there. Hwang Hee-chan, the substitute. In the first minute of added on time. Yep, 2-1 South Korea. I'm on it. Thank you. So, 3 minutes to go before the end of stoppage time. Korea have just taken the lead. Can they hold on? And we're going to find out now how this affects things, because obviously, given the news, Uruguay might need to score if Yep, just receiving that update. Well, apparently Suarez knew about that, so Uruguay now need to score another goal. So we're going to find out. Well, apparently the Uruguayan fans have gone silent now on hearing that goal. 3 minutes to go. There will, of course, be some stoppages. And if Ghana manage to score over here, then that will make their job all the more difficult. Well, very nearly had it there. I think if Ghana can't progress, and if they can possibly help South Korea send Uruguay out, then that would certainly be worth doing. How does that affect the table? Well, this table certainly has to be, updated. But as it stands, South Korea in second place because of the fair play ruling. So Uruguay need to score, but at the moment it's Ghana who are on the attack, and Uruguay can clear that fairly comfortably. And it's a substitute, the number 24, Canobio, who tries to take that forward to Cavani. Uruguay, if they can get one more goal here, then that could possibly end it. Brilliantly tipped over the bar by Ati Ziggy. And could that be the save that prevents... well, apparently he didn't need to make that save because that was an offside call. And Ati Ziggy seems to have injured himself in the process. Yeah, marginally offside was Cavani there. And that was a brilliant, brilliant save there from Ati Ziggy. Sort of an almost reflex save, really, and acrobatically tipping that over the bar and landing rather awkwardly on his head in the process. The Uruguayans know that that was close. Well, the physios are checking on their goalkeeper. Their substitute goalkeepers, of course, are the number 12, Ibrahim Danlad and Abdul Manaf Nuruddin, who, of course, were reserves to Jojo Wallacott during the qualification process. But tragically, with Wallacott injuring his finger, breaking his finger, he couldn't be a part of the squad. And we're into the last... stoppage time has already elapsed so far. Will the referee blow his whistle? Another Korean goal could possibly end up making it even more difficult for Uruguay because it's a Korean throw right now. And that's sent away. Does the referee blow his whistle? Could we see another Asian team in the round of 16? Well, at the moment they've done their bit. It's game over right now between South Korea and Portugal. A magnificent win for South Korea under the circumstances. And obviously really satisfying to see Paulo Bento and his Portuguese assistant coach secure that win. You can see the tears running down the South Korean faces. They know that they have done everything they could do. It's now an anxious wait to see what happens between Ghana and Uruguay. Uruguay now know that they need to score another goal. But if Ghana do score another goal, then they could be out. And there's 8 minutes of stoppage time being added. So the excitement is now hotting up in these final few minutes. Uruguay are fast and furious and ready to attack. And I think the Ghanaians have resigned themselves to their fate, knowing that with stoppage time now in the picture, they cannot possibly score the goals they need. But at least if they can see Uruguay out along with them, then that will be revenge enough. But having said that, Osman Bukhari is running down the right, having been sent down by Kudus. It is back with Kudus. Finds it in Semenyo in the penalty area, but the defense does its job, and that is offside anyway. Well, as it stands, Uruguay do stand to go out via the fair play rule. And that's another penalty has been waved away. And clearly, it's Cavani's turn to be completely apoplectic. Suarez is also, shaking his head in disbelief. At least if he's not on the field, he can't really remonstrate with the referee. And might this go to VAR? Seydu there, just clattering into him, really. Well, VAR haven't been asked to check that, so I think the... Well, they haven't been asked to check that, so I think there is no penalty. But there's 5 minutes left, and Uruguay are going to come thick and fast at the Ghanaians. And there are 10 Uruguayans in the Ghanaian half right now. It will be Sergio Roche who will take this kick, sends it right into the penalty area, and heading it away. More head tennis going on. And that will go straight to Ati Ziggy, who claims that comfortably. And the ecstasy among the Uruguayan supporters has now given way to agony, because they now know that with South Korea having finished their game and Uruguay unable to set right the yellow card count, they now need to score. Kieré down the left now. Done some good work there. Nice back heel to Abdulrahman Baba. But, and Baba wins it back brilliantly. Sends it into the penalty area. Finds Bukhari, but that is blocked. Thomas Partey now. Weaving it in. No penalty there. And Uruguay can come back and attack now. It's 2 against 3. 3 against 3 now coming up. Gomez, the substitute. Saved by Ati Ziggy, and that'll be a corner. Taken very quickly, because obviously Uruguay don't want to try and mess around here. Seydu doing some brilliant work, and that will be a Ghana throw. Valverde, you can see the energy being sapped from him. So the substitute, Maximiliano Gomez, with a shot which would have perhaps gone in at the corner, but a brilliant save from Ati Ziggy, and you can see Suarez there. The ecstasy has now given way to agony. Because at this moment, South Korea have finished their campaign with fewer yellow cards than Uruguay. So Uruguay now need to score. And if they don't score in the next 3 minutes, they will be out. If Ghana's managed to score, then Uruguay will also be out. But a huge shot there from Sulemana, saved by Roche, who's definitely looked good in goal for Uruguay. And Kudu's there toying with the substitute. And I'm not too sure why the Ghanaians were a little bit lackadaisical there, because they could possibly have scored another goal and really put the issue beyond doubt. But that is brilliantly intercepted by Mohamed Salisu. Kieré, Abdulrahman Baba, and a lazy pass there from Baba, intercepted. And with 2 minutes to go, can Uruguay find that goal? De La Cruz, Cavani, and that is wide from Coates, claiming a corner, but he's not going to get it. And the disbelief is completely palpable on the faces of the Uruguayan supporters. The correct decision, really, because although Ati Ziggy was beaten, Coates had, in fact, not gotten that shot on target. Ati Ziggy was able to watch that go wide. The Ghanaian keeper, although he's been beaten twice tonight, has come up with some very important saves to actually deny Uruguay that all-important third goal. And the Uruguayan manager, who was dreaming, looking forward to an amazing date with destiny against Brazil, now finds himself 1 minute away from elimination. Ati Ziggy is taking his time, and there'll be a substitution. Mohamed Kudus, who has been magnificent all game. I mean, not all game, but certainly in more than a few moments, will be off. And it will be the number 7, Ishaku Fatawu, who will be coming on. 10 kilometers, a pass completion of 81%. He has been one of Ghana's talisman this entire tournament. So, 30 seconds left. There will probably be another minute added on. you would assume. Varela with the throw. Varela with the throw, straight back to Rocher, who certainly cannot look to claim it with his hands, but he does pass it. And Ghana obviously looking to try to intercept that and maybe score another goal. That should go straight through to Ati Ziggy, who claims that. And I don't think the referee will blow his whistle, but Ati Ziggy will send that forward. That'll be a Ghanaian throw. Fatawu wins that. And Ghana down the right. Can they possibly get a consolation goal? Well, the referee seems to have awarded it's a goal kick. So this might be the last minute of time added on. An absolutely disgraceful foul there, very cynical, and it will be a free kick. So one would imagine that this would be the last chance that Uruguay will have, and it's a booking as well. Alidou Seydou, who has started today, and of course he is suspended for the next match, but that's pretty much academic because Ghana will not be going through. But can Uruguay find their third goal, which will send them through to the next stage? This is their last chance. The drama is palpable. Suarez cannot bear to watch. Neither can the Uruguayan manager. At the moment, it's Valverde and De La Cruz who are standing over it. It could be De La Cruz who ends up taking it. De La Cruz, the substitute. Ati Ziggy organizing his wall. De La Cruz to take it. And it's straight into the arms of Ati Ziggy. And will that be time up for Uruguay? Yes, it is. And ecstasy turns to agony. Suarez has his face covered by his shirt. Uruguay are out. South Korea are through. And clearly it's the substitute goalkeeper, Muslera, who's now taking it on himself to go charging at the referee like that. And if he's not careful, he could end up getting a red card too. Clearly, the Uruguayans are apoplectic. But nothing much you can do about that. So, full time. What a day it has been. Ghana, of course, having long since accepted their fate. But it's good to see that they've played a role in knocking out Uruguay. So in a way, revenge has been achieved. Full time. Ghana 0, Uruguay 2, South Korea 2, Portugal 1. South Korea joined Portugal in the next round by virtue of the fair play rule, having received fewer bookings. Yep, South Korea are through. Thank you very much indeed, Chelsea fan. Well, Ghana weren't able to make it through, but they managed to knock the Uruguayans out by limiting them to 2 goals. Whoever would have thought Korea, after the demoralizing nature of their defeat to Ghana, would find it in them to nick that 4th goal they needed, that winning goal against Portugal, and go through. It just goes to show, just when you think some games are practically petering out, they become practically, just exciting all over. This is what the World Cup's about. You've got the intrigue. You've got the excitement. You've got the anxious wait. And you could see the shock on the faces of the Uruguayan fans when they heard the result, because they knew that with South Korea having picked up fewer bookings, Uruguay couldn't rest on having scored 2 goals. The ecstasy turned to agony, and I will admit, the sight of Luis Suarez covering his face and blubbing is enough to make me very, very happy indeed. Chelsea fan, I want to thank you for providing your updates as well. I've tried my best to provide updates from the other game while also watching the Ghana-Uruguay game. I'll see you very soon. And, of course, there will be 2 other games to be played later on today. And we will obviously look to bring you that on Coach's Corner and also Oris Talks Football. But, I'm speechless at the moment because I've just witnessed something, almost spectacular. I was sort of, resigning myself to the prospect of Uruguay going through. But now it is South Korea who will go through, and they will in all likelihood face Brazil, who are, of course, expected to top their group. In the unlikely event that Switzerland beat Serbia and Brazil lose to Cameroon, it could very well be that, Switzerland could end up topping the group. But I really, really cannot, see that happening. Goals scored, head-to-head record, fair play. And, of course, with the Cameroonians in disarray following the Andre Onana incident, it remains to be seen what sort of team they will put out and whether they will be a match for the might of Brazil. And, of course, this game is, of course, coming up later on tonight at, I want to say, 7 o'clock GMT, 9 p.m. South Africa. And, of course, over here in India where I am, it'll be midnight the following day. So, of course, that will be brought to you here on Coach's Corner. Thank you once again for joining in. I'll be taking a little bit of a break now to catch my breath and prepare for these next round of games. But thanks once again for joining in. Big up to everyone who's joined in the chat. Starting from the beginning, obviously, T-Boys TV, Onto the Ball, Hashim Niaz, the lifetime Chelsea fan, Mystic Werewolf, the Canadian Anglophile, wonderful to see you, Chris Welsh, who else? Obviously, Hanno was in the chat earlier on. And, of course, Kenny Talks Footy, can't forget you, Football Ferreira. I know that you were cheering for the Uruguayans, but I'm really sorry, my friend. They did not make it, but it is what it is. And, of course, Chelsea fan for providing the updates. Thank you all very much indeed for coming in. It's been wonderful to have had your company today, and I will look to see you all once again very soon. But until then, a final reminder, do subscribe to the Coach's Corner, like this video, click the bell button for notifications, and make sure that you stay informed of this channel's activities for upcoming coverage of the World Cup. And of course, we see the jubilation among the South Koreans as they celebrate their entry into the second round against all odds, joining Japan from Asia. And you can see how much it means to the fans. And with that, I will leave it there. Thank you all very much for joining in. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of the day. Have a good weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And for now, I'm out.